The creation. Ere land and sea and the all-covering sky were made, in the whole world the countenance of nature was the same, all one, well-named chaos, a raw and undivided mass, naught but a lifeless bulk, with warring seeds of ill-joined elements compressed together. No sun as yet poured light upon the world, no waxing moon her crescent filled anew, nor in the ambient air yet hung the earth, self-balanced, equipoised, nor ocean's arms embraced the long far margin of land. Though there were land, and sea, and air, the land no foot could tread, no creatures swim the sea. The air was lightless, nothing kept its form. All objects were at odds, since in one mass cold essence fought with hot, and moist with dry, and hard with soft, and light with things of weight. This strife a god with nature's blessing solved, who severed land from sky and sea from land, and from the denser vapors set apart the ethereal sky. And each from the blind heap resolved and freed he fastened in its place, appropriate in peace and harmony. The fiery weightless force of heaven's vault flashed up and claimed the topmost citadel. Next came the air in lightness and in place. The thicker earth with grosser elements sank burdened by its weight. Lowest and last the girdling waters pent the solid globe. So into shape whatever god it was reduced the primal matter and prescribed its several parts. Then first to make the earth even on every side he rounded it into a mighty sphere. Then bade the sea extend and rise under the rushing winds and gird the shores of the encircled earth. Springs too he made, and boundless fens and lakes, and rivers hemmed in the winding banks to flow, which to their diverse journeyings sometimes the earth absorbs, sometimes they reach the sea, and in its broad domain, instead of banks, with new-found freedom beat upon the shores. He bade the plains spread wide, the valleys sink, the craggy mountains rise, the forest trees don their greened leaves. And as the vault of heaven has 5 divisions, 2 zones on the right, 2 on the left, and the hottest burns the 5th, with that same number Providence divine parceled in zones the solid earth below. The midmost uninhabitable heat claims for its own 2 lie clothed deep in snow. 2 in between were given temperate climate, where warmth and cold combine in harmony. The air hangs high above them, weightier than the empyrean in the same degree as earth and winter. There he bade the mists, and there the clouds, to have their dwelling place, and thunder that should shake the hearts of men, and lightning flashing through the freezing gales. The world's first creator did not grant the winds full freedom from the sky, who even so, though each in separate regions rules his blasts, can well nigh tear the world apart, so fierce is brothers' strife. The east wind far withdrew towards the morning, and the rose-red walls of royal Petra and the Persian hills, clear in the long bright sunshine of the dawn. The evening and the shores that glow beside the setting sun, the west wind's abode. To Scythia and the wastes beneath the wane, the blustering north wind marched. Far opposite, wrapped in continual clouds, the flooded fields lie sodden as the south wind brings rain. High over these he set the empyrean, weightless, serene, with naught of earthly dross. Scarce had he thus all things infinite bounds divided when the stars in darkness, blind, long buried, over all the spangled sky began to gleam, and that no part or place should lack fit forms of life, the firmament he made the home of gods and goddesses. And the bright constellations in the sea he set the shining fish to swim, the land received the beasts, the gusty air the birds. A holier creature, of loftier mind, fit master of the rest was lacking still. Then man was made. Perhaps from seed divine, formed by the great Creator, so to found a better world perhaps, the new made earth, so lately parted from the ethereal heavens, kept still some essence of the kindred sky, earth that Prometheus molded, mixed with water, in likeness of the gods that govern the world. And while the other creatures on all fours looked downward, man was made to hold his head erect in majesty and see the sky, and raise his eyes to the bright stars above. Thus earth, once crude and featureless, now changed, put on the unknown form of humankind.